Good evening. I'm Mark Berlushin, principal of Metro High School. It is both an honor and a pleasure to stand before you and extend the warmest of congratulations to our graduates of the class of 2025. I would like to begin by welcoming a couple influential groups. To the parents, guardians, and families of our graduates, your work and support of these students has helped them get this far. In the coming years, they will need your guidance, support, and love as they take the next steps in their lives. Next, our school board representatives in attendance, Director Jennifer Newman and Director Caitlin Byers. Members of our central administration, who are all wonderful advocates for Metro High School, Superintendent Dr. Tawana Grover, Chief Financial Officer Carla Hogan, Chief of Schools for Area 3, Linda Rasak, and Chief of Schools for Area 1, Dr. Mara Hobson. Finally, I want to acknowledge the staff at Metro High School. I'm reminded daily of how lucky I am to work at a school with educators who will, without question, do what is always best for their students. Whatever it takes isn't something that our Metro staff just talks about, it's what drives them each day. Metro staff, would you please stand so we can acknowledge your amazing commitment to our graduates and students. Graduates, I am extremely proud of each and every one of you. As each of you worked through the organized chaos that is the high school experience, you remained resilient. You took on everything that you faced with a not-so-quiet confidence and a strong belief in yourselves and each other. As educators, we often talk about how we can build resiliency in our students. As individuals and as a class, you've been challenged and you faced adversity. But in the end, you rose. You displayed strength that maybe you didn't even know that you had, but it was there when you needed it the most. You continued to move forward, taking one step after another after another. I would encourage each and every one of you to continue taking those steps, no matter how small. Even if you're unsure of the path that lies ahead, continue to move forward one step at a time. Graduating high school isn't your last step, it's simply the next step. There are many more to come. Just keep moving forward. It's now time for one of the best graduation traditions that I know. Each Metro graduate has selected 2 staff members to serve as a speaker and a shaker tonight. The journey of each of our graduates to this stage is unique. I can't wait to hear the stories of these graduates. Before we officially start with speeches, I would like to mention that this evening we're celebrating 49 graduates. Before we get to hear our first speech, I would please ask everyone to silence their cell phones. Students, as a reminder, please remain seated until the conclusion of our ceremony. Additionally, families, please help us celebrate all of our graduates by limiting the number of times you're leaving the ballroom. We do understand that this will be a long evening of celebration. If your graduate has received their diploma and you feel the need to step out, please do so quietly so those in the audience can continue to celebrate our graduates. All right, let's get started. Our first graduate is Finn Robinson Valley.
I always thought my advisee, Finn, was magnetically interesting, but once I had them in class, I came to know them as a hard worker, an intellectual powerhouse, a doting cat mom, and a wildly articulate writer. Passionate about understanding the impact of all mechanisms on all things and people, it's no wonder they are a master in the art of reflection. They view the world through a lens which is both critical and compassionate. To this point, they have the ability to put these thoughts together in a way that makes people want to listen and engage, including peers, robotics teammates, teachers, school board members, and the occasional state representative. You know, the usual. You blew us away, and I guess what I'm getting at is that you already have like a grassroots movement going at Metro, so like you just need a campaign manager, and all you have to do is run for president. Accolades aside, it was not always an easy road. Long stretches of absence, illness, work conflicts, and mental health issues all presented a major challenge to graduating on time. In fact, Finn almost didn't make it. And I got used to saying, I know how it looks, but if anyone can do it, it's Finn, and here we are. In the future, please protect and honor time to do stuff and time to do nothing. Finn, you do not need to be a president to be a world changer. You just need to find the people and places that allow you to be the healthiest version of yourself. Best of luck to you. Congratulations. Our next graduate is Adam Brown. It's easy to misperceive Adam. He's quiet, low-key, generally keeps to himself, but I came to trust whenever there was a blank on the assignment in front of him, it was never because his mind was blank. Adam may be quiet, but he's also a deep thinker, often bringing up perspectives others had not considered. Adam may also, how shall I say this, take his time. That doesn't mean that he is inactive. He's one of the drivers of the robotics team and an Eagle Scout, so he can do stuff. Adam might also get distracted. Let's just say he was supposed to, I don't know, finish a book, but instead played guitar until the end of the lesson, sighed, and then said, am I supposed to be doing something? The answer is always yes, Adam. But despite distractions, delays, and doubts, and the complexities of life, you made it to this stage. And since we're on the topic of misperceptions, know that Adam may be unassuming, but he can be pretty goofy, wild, and plain reckless. It doesn't always yield the best outcomes, but the only way to understand life is to keep doing it and to keep doing it better. Remember that each moment of each day, you are making a decision about who you are. Find ways to say yes to the man that you wish to become. He needs you, and so do we. Congratulations. Our next graduate is Hunter Parrish.
Hello, I'm Anthony, joined on stage by Matt Seckel, and we're here to honor and celebrate the accomplishments of Hunter Parrish. I first met Hunter on our outdoor ed hiking trip. My job was to stay with the lead group. The only problem, there wasn't a lead group, there was only Hunter. He took off on the trail like he was late for something. 1 mile in, and it was just the two of us. I kept thinking, he'll fade soon. He'll tire eventually. He did not. When we would break for lunch, it wasn't because Hunter needed a break, secrets out, it was because I did. But I convinced him we should give others time to catch up. They never did. The only thing that he made look easier than the trail was the conversation. He noticed things, birds, trees, smells, and he asked the kinds of questions that told you he was fully in it, awake and curious. Fast forward a year later to our canoe trip down the Wisconsin River. Day one was long. It was hot, and suns were and blisters were blooming. We finally got to camp, and students were playing in the shallows, splashing, laughing. And then Hunter emerges from his tent, and like his namesake, a victorious hunter scanning the horizon for what comes next. He doesn't dip a toe. He doesn't ease in. He broke the cardinal rule: don't test the depth of the water with both feet. The river at that point is maybe 2 feet deep, and Hunter sprints full tilt, but we see it in slow motion. He launches into a cannonball, a splash and a brief moment where we all forgot how to breathe as Hunter crumples. He spent the rest of the week hobbled, but never complained and always looking to offer a helping hand. That's Hunter. Steady when it matters, bold when it counts, and kind all the way through. He leads without needing attention, helps without needing credit, and shows up fully, whether it's a mile or 20 miles. The kind of person you're lucky to hike beside on the trail and in life. Congratulations, Hunter. Up next is Jada Williams.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Means a lot.
Yep.
Jada Williams. Good evening. I have the great honor of standing on this stage with our graduate Jada and accompanied by Josh. Jada, it has been a great honor to come alongside of you and watch you tackle high school. Thinking back to one of our very first encounters, you told me that graduation was your personal goal. You also, in that very same moment, asked me if I doubted if you would finish. I remember responding by saying, graduation is completely up to you. If you set your mind to the task, you will complete this. Well, Jada, I will say that you followed your heart, you set out the determination to finish, and I am so very honored to have been such a small part of your high school journey. As you set out to reach your next goal to work in the healthcare field, please keep with that same mentality and determination. Make sure that you are always honest with both yourself and your work. Continue to set those goals and not let any challenge stop you from achieving them. Congratulations. Killian Burns.
Good evening. My name is Joshua Simmons. I'm joined on stage with Akash Kesari, and we are here to celebrate Killian Burns. Today, I have the honor of speaking about someone who embodies what hard work, perseverance, and grit are all about, Mr. Killian Burns. I first met Killian back when he was a sixth grader at Franklin Middle School. From the start, he was a tough, determined kid, someone who knew at a young age how to fend for himself. But what stood out to me most about Killian was his balance of toughness and kindness. While he's always maintained that strong, hard-nosed demeanor, it's his respect for others and his disciplined approach that truly define him. High school hasn't been easy for Killian. Many of us can relate to the stresses of balancing work, school, and life, but Killian took it to a whole new level. He worked shifts that began at 4 a.m. and didn't end until midday. And yet, he was able to make it to school, complete his assignments, and still found time to work out. It's that kind of work ethic, unstoppable and relentless, that sets him apart. Killian, I can honestly say that your determination and drive are unmatched. You've shown us all what it means to work hard, stay disciplined, and give everything you have, even when the odds are stacked against you. That kind of dedication will take you anywhere you want to go in life. As you move on to the next chapter, I want you to remember this. There are no limits to what you can do. You have the grit, the work ethic, and the heart to accomplish anything. Please know that your Metro family will always be here for you, so don't hesitate to reach out whenever you need support. Killian, good luck, though I know luck has nothing to do with it when it comes to you. Just go make it happen.
Thank you, man. I really
Really appreciate it, Simmons. Thank you so much.
Stay in touch, all right? Hey, and we want to get some pictures afterwards. Our next graduate, Anthony Hicks.
Thank you, Simmons. Thank you, Akash.
All right, Akash and I are joined on stage with Mr. Anthony Hicks. Yeah, you gotta wait. So now we celebrate a milestone in the life of someone who's made quite an impression on every individual he's come into contact with, Mr. Anthony Hicks. Anthony, this is your moment, and I want you to know how proud we are of you. It's been a long road, full of ups and downs, lots of laughs, learning, and let's be honest, a few unforgettable stories. I've known Anthony since he was in 6th grade, and I could stand here all night telling stories from the time he scored his first touchdown and danced in the end zone while his mother, Miss Tanya Marie, recorded proudly and even joined in on the dancing, to the mysterious experiments he kept in his desk from his school food that would sit there and age like fine wine. Whether he was trying my patience or selling snacks out of his backpack, Anthony always had a way of keeping things interesting. Let's just say he brought a unique kind of hustle to school, and maybe, just maybe, hustled his way right up to the stage tonight. But beneath the jokes and the energy is a young man who has grown through football, basketball, classroom challenges, and even a pandemic that we weathered side by side. Through it all, you've shown resilience, heart, and a deep capacity for growth. Now, Anthony, your journey hasn't been perfect, but here's the truth. Your past does not define you. What matters is what you do from this day forward. As the oldest sibling, your little brothers, Jeremiah, Roman, Benny, Isaac, and Isaiah, and your sister, Elijah, they're watching. So lead by example. Be kind, even when it's hard. Be respectful to others and to yourself. Be responsible for your choices, your future, and the impact you have on those around you. You've got the potential to do incredible things. Focus on the road ahead, walk tall, stay true to your family, and never forget you're capable of greatness. Congratulations, Anthony. That was a long time coming. All right. Our next graduate, Amari Nixon. All right. Now, I'm joined on stage with Amari Nixon, and I have the honor of speaking about him, someone who has left a lasting impression on all of us. Amari is the kind of person whose presence lights up a room. His positivity, humor, and genuine joy are contagious. As a parent, you'd be proud, because Amari embodies the very best qualities you could ever hope to see in your child. Amari's journey began on the south side of Chicago in Englewood. He moved here in 2015, and I met him at Roosevelt when he was in 7th grade. Right away, he stood out, not just as a student, but as someone who brought energy and heart to everything he did. He played basketball, of course, that's been a constant theme. But then COVID hit, and like so many others, we were forced apart by screens and uncertainty. Fast forward to this past January. Amari walked in with one of our orientation groups to Metro, and it felt like a familiar chapter was starting again. Despite the challenges, Amari came in with 36 credits and stayed on track to graduate, a true testament to his resilience and determination. At Metro, he dove into PE, tackled science and government, and yes, we spent countless hours in the weight room and on the basketball court. And let's not forget those lunch conversations about life, about school, and definitely about basketball. He is a huge LeBron fan. And yes, I still owe him an apology for what the Timberwolves did this season. Amari, you've brought laughter and purpose to our days, and while we'll miss you, we're excited for what's next. This fall, you're off to Kirkwood to get your CDL and chase your goal at Westside Transport. A goal so clear, he's been repping it on his backpack all semester. We're proud of you. Stay true to who you are, and don't forget, the doors of Metro will always be open to you. Take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Hey, make sure you see me afterwards. I have something for you, okay? All right. Our next graduate, Von Reyes. All right. Joined on stage is Matt Heaton. And here we are celebrating Mr. Von Reyes. I have the deep honor of speaking about Von, who has truly grown on me over the years, and someone that I have tremendous love and respect for, and someone whose absence will be deeply felt in the halls and the gym of Metro. Von is a young man who embodies strength, kindness, and resilience. While he may have occasionally worn a tough exterior, those who really know him understand the big heart that lies beneath. He loves sports. He's a fierce competitor. His goofy charm and his steady commitment to finding joy are all qualities that make him unforgettable. Von's journey hasn't been without challenges, just like any of ours. But what's been remarkable is his willingness to learn and grow through it all. He's taken ownership of his decisions and used those experiences to become wiser and more self-aware. His ability to reflect, adjust, and evolve is a true sign of maturity, and something that will serve him well as he steps into the next chapter of life. Whether Von chooses college, a trade, or something entirely different, I know his future is full of potential. He has a heart that can change the world, one act of kindness, one good decision at a time. Von, my friend, I want to leave you with this. Keep playing ball, keep moving, keep smiling, and above all, keep being kind. Remember, every decision you make holds power, and you've already shown that you're ready to use that power wisely. Congratulations on everything that you've accomplished, and here's to everything that you will become. We're so proud of you, we believe in you, and we love you, buddy. Our next graduate will be Kevin Williams.
Good evening. My name is Melinda Wilcox, and Josh and I are honored to be up here on stage to celebrate Kevin. Kevin, wow, 2 years have gone by quickly. When I think back through everything you've experienced in your time, I think of a roller coaster. The reason I think of this is in Q4, you and your STEAM team built a roller coaster that used the required materials and met the specifications. Your roller coaster that you designed set the record for the longest ride by using a series of tunnels, twists, and turns. Your school and life experiences are similar to the roller coaster that you built. There have been twists and turns, and sometimes I feel like you have been turned upside down. Attending Metro may have been the best twist and turn of your life. At Metro, you learned more about yourself, how to interact with others, and how to be the best Kevin you can be. You are kind, helpful, hardworking, focused, responsible, and capable of changing to meet your goals. I am so proud of you for all you've accomplished. Kevin, during his time at Metro, shared with me and other staff his love of airplanes and flying. So I would like to leave him with some flying advice that I think will assist him for his future. First, arrive early to the airport and to your job. Second, be prepared. Know your destination and pack essentials. Third, don't get distracted. Fourth, keep your eyes and ears open. You will learn a lot. Next, keep your seatbelt fastened. It could be a bumpy ride. And finally, set your sights on your goal. Kevin, the world has so much to offer. There are so many places and opportunities to explore. We look forward to learning about your new adventures and hearing about them. Congratulations. So proud of you. Here you go. Next, Matthew Rodiger. I am joined on stage with Jeff Sabin, and we're here to celebrate Matthew. Matthew quietly entered Metro High School 1.5 years ago. He attended classes, and slowly we became familiar with each other's habits and communication styles. Our daily routine included morning greetings, conversation about the weather, family, and events in the news. Matthew loved discussing new things and ideas, especially history and geography. He often shared little-known facts that he had read about. His favorite spot to sit was in the back of Tracy's room in the comfy chair. Matthew has a clever sense of humor. Many times, Matthew would begin a conversation with, "Back in my day," and then he would share a witty fact or advice. Metro teachers enjoyed having Matthew in class. They loved his participation in class. He could analyze different topics in history and current events. He showed that he can see different perspectives, and he repeatedly demonstrated kindness to those around him. Matthew's favorite lunch was ramen noodles or mac and cheese cup. One of the things I love most about Matthew was his fake displeasure at having to see us and be at school every day. Each morning, as part of his routine, he would ask me, "Can I go home?" We would smile and laugh and tell him we needed him to stay and hang out with us all day. Then he would smile and go to class. Matthew felt at home at Metro, and I observed daily what an amazing young man he is. Matthew, success is the sum of small efforts that are repeated day in and day out. Continue your efforts towards college and work. Continue to be kind to others. Continue to take positive risks. And don't go home and miss out on all those opportunities. We believe in your success. Congratulations. Ada Baugh. Madison and I are on stage to celebrate Miss Ada tonight. Ada, on the day of your graduation, we want to share with you some advice from a tree. Stand tall and proud, remember your roots, drink plenty of water, and enjoy the view. Trees that survive the worst storms are the strongest because they have deep roots and flexible limbs. When the storms of life and school came through during the past 2 years, Ada started to realize that it is only possible to weather the difficult stress and emotions by being flexible and keeping her eye on the prize. Ada finished the classes for her diploma. Along the way, we recognized all the strengths that Ada has. She knows what she wants. She sets goals and works hard to accomplish her goals. She can advocate for herself. Ada always had a job. So Ada, just like a tree, we want you to continue to lean into your strengths, stay rooted in your value of hard work. But when the storm blows through, remember to be flexible. Bending to the wind gives you the flexibility to stay strong and reach your goals. Be patient, flexible, and have a growth mindset when storms start to brew. You can navigate the storms better when you have all of these attributes. We are very proud of you. Congratulations. Oh gosh, I bet you will. Oh gosh. Okay, there you go. There you go. Next up, Rex Walker.
Hello, everyone. My name is Madison Atwood, and I'm joined on the stage with Paula and our graduate, Rex Walker. Rex came to Metro in the fall of 2023. He was a quiet student who was always respectful, and even though he was shy, I could draw a smile out of him every once in a while, which always made my day. Throughout our time together at Metro, Rex tried different schedules and classes to suit his interests and needs, but sometimes it was difficult for him to attend school consistently due to his job, which he worked at night, and his responsibilities helping with younger siblings. That's why Rex came to me this year and advocated for himself to try out a new program called Metro Plus, this program exists to help students who struggle to attend classes during the day. Rex learned with Metro Plus, you may not come to our building for as many hours a week, but you still have to put in the work to succeed, and he did just that, finishing up all the credits he needed to graduate. Rex, I'm so proud of you, and I want you to use this experience to remember the value of believing in yourself. With that, I want to share a little part of a poem called Promise Yourself that was written 115 years ago by an Iowan named Christian D. Larson. Promise yourself to be so strong that nothing can disturb your peace of mind. Promise yourself to look at the sunny side of everything and make your optimism come true. Promise yourself to think only of the best, to work only for the best, and to expect only the best. Promise yourself to forget the mistakes of the past and press on to the greater achievements of the future. And promise yourself to think highly of yourself and to proclaim this fact to the world, not in loud words, but in great actions. I know, just like all of us, there have been moments where hope seemed thin and you didn't think that you could do it, but hope is a gift, and we all must continue to find moments of optimism for the future. My hope for you is that you continue to find yourself, to chase successes, and to believe in your strength. Make promises to yourself and keep them somewhere where you can see them every day as a reminder that you're worth it. Congratulations. Next to the stage, Samantha Galloway.
I am so happy to be standing on this stage with our graduate, Samantha, and joining us is Pam. Samantha came to us at Metro in the fall of 2023. She arrived, and we knew instantly that Samantha was a hard worker. She stuck to the courses at hand. Then Samantha started working, and coming to school started to be a challenge. She entered into our evening program that assisted Samantha to get here to this very stage tonight. The definition of night owl is a person who's habitually active or awake at night. If you were to look up night owl in Google Images, I am sure that an image, a picture of Samantha would pop up. You see, the majority of her work was completed online from midnight till 3 a.m. Samantha, you are such a hard worker, so much so that we would find ourselves chatting about what project you had and what project you were working on your car. I know that you are going to continue to be this as you enter into your next journey. You're wanting to go on to be an electrician. I know that with your work ethic and your determination, you are going to be amazing. You may need to adjust your internal time clock just a bit, but I am so proud of you. Congratulations. Jada Seals.
Good evening. Jada, you did it. Has it been easy? No. Has it been super fun? No. Has it caused stress and frustration? Yeah. But most importantly, did you learn along the way, both academically and as a person? Absolutely. You kept me on my toes from the minute you walked into Metro till your final day last Thursday. We had many things that had to be checked off to graduate, a huge hurdle to the stage. The past couple of weeks, I have been extremely nervous that this might not happen. You, however, have not worried once. I don't know if that says I'm a worrywart or you are blissfully confident. Maybe it's a little of both. What I do know for sure is that you're a last-minute type of gal. I also know that if you want something bad enough, you will make it happen. Your plan is to move to Texas, and your goal is to eventually open your own med spa. Always keep that goal in front of you and work towards it each day, remembering to learn, adjust, and grow as you go. Congratulations on graduating. Good job, girlfriend. We love you. You did it. Here you go, pumpkin. Our next graduate, Lily Bascom. Lily, you made it happen. It wasn't easy. In fact, you were worried it might not happen with all of the hours you were scheduled to work. But if there is one thing I know about you, it is that you will find a way. You ended up completing your final pieces of credit during small increments of downtime at your job. You chose yourself, your schooling, your graduation, and I am so proud of you. You are a smart young lady and capable of so much more than you give yourself credit for. School for academics was never your thing, and social drama seemed to follow you everywhere. This fall, with the beginning of Metro Plus, you made a very mature decision to finish high school through the new program. Gone were the social distractions, and you were all about business. As you move to the next phase, strive for the future career you would like as a mechanic or welder. Be wise about the people you surround yourself with and avoid the drama. Most importantly, the message I want you to remember for life: the more you love yourself, the less nonsense you'll tolerate. On days when life is too much, just look at that quote on your arm and remember my words telling you, you are awesome, you've got this, believe in yourself, you deserve better. Congratulations, I'm super proud of you. Our next graduate, Sandra Flores.
Okay, hello. My name is Andrew, and I'm joined on stage by Mary and our graduate, Sandra. I have been fortunate to know Sandra for 2 years now. When I think of Sandra's time at Metro, I would regularly ask her how she was doing. Her normal answer was, horrible. It happened almost every day. How are you? Horrible. So much so that it became, how are you? Horrible. Okay, sounds like a normal day then. Other than being horrible, most of the time, I think Sandra built some great relationships with Metro staff, hopefully with me, but also Mary, Tracy, and many others. While finishing her high school requirements, Sandra has also kept a job at a restaurant and started her own business on Instagram selling floral bouquets made out of ribbon. She's looking to grow her online business after high school. Sandra is the first of her family to be able to walk the graduation stage because her sister graduated in 2020 and was not able to do that because of the pandemic. Going forward, Sandra, I want you to always remember that you are intelligent, creative, and a hardworking person. It was an honor to be your teacher for the last 2 years. I hope your days continue to be horrible. Congratulations, Sandra. Our next graduate is Altaminta Septembre. Okay, so still Andrew. I'm joined on stage by Melinda and our graduate, Altaminta. Altaminta came to Metro during Q4 of last year, so we've worked with her for just over a year. At the beginning of Altaminta's time with us, she was quiet and unsure of herself. Her attendance was not always the best, and she earned some credit, but not necessarily full credit in everything. She came back in Q1 and had a similar experience. Once we had a conversation that graduation was a lot of work, but possible, by the end of the year, her attendance started to improve. Slowly but surely, she started to find her voice, to ask questions, and to advocate more for herself. Altaminta was earning credit and doing much better, but at semester, it looked like it was still a little too far away to graduate this evening. As her advisor, I told her, Altaminta, I think this is too much for you to get done for the May graduation. Well, she took that as a challenge, and she's standing here today, proving me wrong, and I've never been more happy to be proven wrong. Altaminta, as you continue to explore your options for your future, my best advice is to keep using your voice and keep proving people wrong. Congratulations, Altaminta. Next up is Raina Molinex.
Good evening. Suzanne and I are here to celebrate Miss Raina tonight. When I think of Raina, I think of origami, Etsy, the color pink, Japanese squishmallows, her birds, and her love of animals. Raina school with a new collectible that she had purchased from Etsy. These items were always unique, and Raina would explain to me the significance of each item and its origins. Raina has grown so much in her years at Metro. In the beginning, she was reluctant to stay at school and complete schoolwork. We would have conversations about the importance of attending school and staying at school. At times, Raina would get stubborn, and she wanted to go home. But other times, we worked through the situation and she stayed at school. As time went along, Raina began to see the importance of completing schoolwork and earning credits. This past school year, Raina was more focused on earning her diploma. She kept close track of her credits, the credit she was earning, and what credit she had remaining to earn. I am so proud of her for being responsible and thinking about her future. Raina also expanded her friend circle. Maddie, Ruby, and Raina became a trio who supported each other, told jokes, and even gave each other gifts. It was a joy to watch their friendship blossom. Raina, my message to you is, you are stronger than you know. You have learned so much about yourself and others. You have set goals, and you have accomplished your goals. Sometimes life will be difficult. However, you have shown you can make it work, so be strong. We are all proud of you. Congratulations. I am so proud of you. Good job. Oh, you get to keep this and those things. Yep. Austin Woolner. Gary and I are here to talk about Austin. Austin has been at Metro student for 3 years. Here's what we learned about Austin. He likes to work with his hands, fixing motors, bikes, and his truck. He likes staying fit. He enjoys being outside, camping and fishing. He likes learning through experiencing things and talking it out. Austin showed resilience when it came to finishing school. At times, I think Austin may have wanted to quit school. But then he thought about it and he knew he had to finish. Austin is a serious young man. He wants to do things right, and he's very loyal to family and friends. So my message to you tonight, Austin, is when you fix a motor, things aren't always going to go right. The motor may need to be overhauled. You may need to replace parts, check the timing, and check for leaks. You will use all your tools to ensure the motor is at peak performance. And always take lots of deep breaths. Life is like fixing a motor. Things can go sideways. You may think things are broken or need to be overhauled. Take a deep breath, think through your plan, use your tools, your resources to adjust your plan, but never quit on yourself. We believe in you. We know you will be successful. We are really proud of you. Congratulations. Yeah. So proud of you. Ray Dukes.
Good evening. My name is Gary, and I'm joined on stage with Suzanne, and we are here to celebrate Anna Lee Dukes. As we stand here tonight on the stage to celebrate your graduation from Metro High School, I can't help but reflect on the remarkable academic journey you've undertaken these past 3 years. Your growth hasn't just been measured in grades or achievements, but in your resilience, determination, and willingness to push beyond comfort zones. I know that alongside your family and Metro teachers, you had another special companion supporting you through difficult times, your beloved cat, Callie. Though Callie has recently passed, her spirit lives on in your compassionate heart and the path you've chosen. The staff is excited for you to build off your volunteer experiences and love of animals, to find employment at an animal shelter, and hopefully in time pursue an opportunity like Kirkwood's Veterinarian Tech Program. I hope you embrace today as a core memory, a defining moment that shapes who we become. Years from now, when you look back at this milestone, remember that while many of us encouraged you along the way, it was you who walked through those doors every day, ready to engage and grow. The same determination that brought you here today will carry you throughout your future caring for animals, just as Callie once cared for you. Your journey proves that you can truly achieve anything you set your mind to. Congratulations. The staff of Metro High School couldn't be prouder. Congratulations. Okay. Next up, Cece Byrne.
Okay. Hi there, I'm Suzanne, joined with Gary and our graduate Cece. There are so many wonderful things to say about Cece. She is kind, empathetic, and driven. She's also an amazing thinker and writer. And I don't just mean assignments. Cece is old school when it comes to actual writing. She is adept at cursive, that long-lost writing form that's still a thing, despite texting and social media making everything shorthand. Cece's handwriting reflects who she is, graceful, stylish, and a bit of a perfectionist. I remember the first time I read one of her assignments. I was absolutely floored by the level of sophistication and attention to detail she included in her work. I am sure all her teachers would agree. Cece takes pride in what she does, whatever it is. And as a person who truly appreciates humor, I have to mention that Cece is also incredibly funny on and off paper. Cece seemed to discover her style and sense of self this year. It was always there, but she embraced it more fully. The quiet Cece became a smiling and chatting Cece, sharing her experiences, thoughts, and love of animals, especially cats. Cece's advisor, Tracy, could not be here this evening, but she wanted me to share this, and I quote from Tracy, "Cece has come so far this year in figuring out who she is and what she wants. I hope she continues to grow in her strengths, continues finding her independent voice, and keeps showing the world how beautiful she is inside and out." Congratulations, Cece. Our next graduate is Sean Adams.
All right. Excuse me. Hello, I'm Joshua Simmons. I'm joined on stage with Gary Miller and our graduate, Sean Adams. I have the privilege to say a few words tonight about someone who so many of us have come to deeply admire, Mr. Sean Adams. Sean and I met back in his middle school days when he was a young Rough Rider at Roosevelt. Even then, he stood out as someone with quiet confidence and strong character. So when he showed up at Metro this past fall, it was both a surprise and a joy to see how much he had grown, literally and figuratively. I think he gained about a foot in height, and he came ready to hit the ground running, or more accurately, ready to hit the weight room. It was clear that Sean had been putting in the work at Jefferson, and when he walked into our personal fitness class, he was already lifting more than most of his peers. He quickly became one of the students we leaned upon to help start our first ever performance class. His consistency, leadership, and work ethic set the tone for others to follow within the physical education program. But beyond the weight room, Sean is multidimensional. He has a real love for chess, video games, anime, and just about every sport out there. And while those interests are impressive, it's who Sean is as a person that really sets him apart. Sean exemplifies everything we hope to cultivate in our students at Metro: respect, responsibility, and kindness. He's the kind of young man who leads by example and carries himself with humility and strength. Sean, as you graduate tonight, hold on to those values. Stay strong, stay kind, stay humble, and know that everything you set your mind to is within your reach. You've already proven that by being here tonight. We're proud of you. Take care of yourself and don't be a stranger. Our next graduate, Morris Jackson. All right. Now I have the honor of recognizing someone who holds a very special place in my heart, Mr. Morris Jackson. Morris is the first of my advisees to graduate from Metro High School. Morris and I first met years ago at Harding Middle School, thanks to the track team. Right away, I knew he was a kid I enjoyed being around, even though he did try to quit early in the season. But that moment stuck with me, not because he almost gave up, but because he didn't. And that resilience has defined him ever since. Fast forward a few years, and Morris came back into my life, this time as one of my advisees at Metro. Morris's journey through Metro has been anything but easy. It's been a roller coaster, full of ups, some downs, but always moving forward. Through every challenge, Morris has stayed locked in on one goal: graduation. He made it clear from day one, no matter what it takes, no matter who doubted him, he was going to make it. And here he is, after 2.5 years of grinding. That's not just perseverance, persistence. That's a vision. That's heart. And it's a perfect example of achieving a long-term goal. These are the hardest goals to reach. And Morris, you've done it. You should be unbelievably proud of yourself. Take this moment, this feeling, hold on to it, and cherish it. Let it remind you that you can accomplish anything when you stay committed. Keep setting goals, both big and small, and let them guide your path forward, and never sell yourself short. Morris, it has been a blessing to walk alongside you on this part of your journey. I've learned from you, and I hope you've learned a little from me too. I'm so proud of you, and I really mean it when I say I will miss you. Take care of yourself and just keep grinding. Our next graduate, Timaye Fowler.
Good evening, I'm Sarah, joined on stage with our graduate and Josh. Tamaye is a girl with a dream, with the determination to prove that she can do hard things. She's a fierce advocate for herself, holding herself to high standards. Her ambition has guided her through the tough moments, the feelings of uncertainty, and she stands here tonight a better person because she has learned to dream. Jason Reynolds wrote about being a dreamer, and it reminds me so much of her. I want to share some of his words. Though the struggle is always made to sound admirable and poetic, the thumping uncertainty is still there. If you've struggled trying to stomp out the flame of doubt and fear, it's because the warmth and comfort is always enticing and familiar. Yet no matter how hard we've tried to escape it, to kill the deceptive heat, with all the will and faith we can muster, a tiny ember always glows beneath the brush. It whispers to us only when we step to the edge of excellence, our toes clawing the cliff. It whispers to us that we don't have wings, that we don't have a shot, that we don't have a clue. But to us, we don't have a choice. So we jump anyway. You jump anyway. You are on the edge of excellence, sweet girl. Jump. I am so proud of you.
Thank you. Hey, congratulations.
Chloe Judd. We have Chloe and Tara on stage with us. It was really difficult for me to write this in a way that would truly magnify the beauty and strength that is Chloe. As quoted from one of her favorite series, being a hero doesn't mean you're invincible. It just means that you're brave enough to stand up and do what's needed. Chloe came to Metro anxious, unsure, and not aware of how to navigate her big feelings. Chloe had a lot going on, and it was hard to know how to handle that stress, but she soon found her voice through theater and other Metro activities. Because of this, Chloe was able to connect with friends and gain confidence in herself. She was brave. Chloe has the ability to lift others up without even realizing it. Her ability to create, to dream is at times overwhelming to witness because it's so pure and true to her goodness. On top of that, Chloe just finished her first Kirkwood class and will be heading to Cornell College next year to major in game art and design. We all know life is scary at times and that we simply can't always know what will be, but you have to be your own hero. We aren't invincible, yet we are brave enough to stand up and do what is needed. Your intuition will guide you. Chloe, I will miss you terribly. Go do brave things. Jordan Hitchcock.
Ask anyone at Metro how they would describe Jordan, and they might use words like sassy, bubbly, sharp, hilarious, and sassy. She's happy to tell you how you should feel about things, and she'll look super cute telling you. Jordan always, eventually, takes responsibility for her actions and commits to doing what needs to be done. That doesn't mean that she's not going to complain loudly. But this is a part of Jordan's charm, her complete authenticity. If you're looking for someone to fake it, go ahead and look elsewhere. When Jordan first came to Metro, however, she was shy, unsure, and skeptical. But she soon took on the challenge of creating and performing 2 productions in our Metro Theater program, and that was that. She became a contributor to the STEAM program, a student advocate with Metro's Black Student Union, and a participant in outdoor ed. Through these activities, Jordan made some of her closest friends and established herself as our resident comedian. Jordan, the things you think, what you say, the way you say it, and those unforgettable facial expressions go beyond just laughter. They make us feel alive and connected, and that is a gift. Jordan has lived many lives in this lifetime, and many of those lives have been hard. But far from feeling defeat or bitterness, she has taken lessons from each one, and she tells her story the way it needs to be told, with the rawness of honesty and the tenderness of reflection. That, too, is a gift. Jordan, we really don't want to let you go. But that's the thing about a gift. It's meant to be shared. Congratulations. Our next graduate is Nadia Reyes-Landon.
Okay, my name is Andrew, and I'm joined on stage with Sarah and our graduate, Nadia. I've been fortunate to know Nadia for many years because I was actually her teacher when she was in elementary school at Van Buren in the 1st grade. Nadia has only been with us for this school year at Metro, but each quarter she was determined and kept working hard to earn the remaining credit she needed. She consistently worked hard and was a responsible student. One thing I would like to share about Nadia is how visually appealing or nice looking her schoolwork was. It was usually colorful with different color highlighters and excellent color coding. It truly made me and probably other teachers happy to get such beautiful and colorful work on something that didn't really require any artwork at all. With all of her artistic talents, it's no surprise that Nadia plans to attend Capri College to be a hairstylist. It was my honor to be your teacher again after all these years. As you move on to your next stage, I am positive that your future is even brighter and more colorful than your homework was. Congratulations, Nadia. Our next graduate is Enyer Copeland. Okay, so you're good, you're right here. My name's still Andrew, and I'm joined on stage by Shannon and our graduate, Enyer. I've been fortunate to be Enyer's teacher and advisor here at Metro since the beginning of this school year. In his time at Metro, Enyer has been a regular customer at Panda Inn, the Chinese restaurant across from Metro. More importantly, Enyer has also been a motivated and curious student, often wanting to learn more about topics discussed in class. At the beginning of the school year, we made a plan for him to be able to graduate by May of this year. He knew what he had to do to each quarter to get it done, taking things one step at a time. As you look at your next steps after high school, my advice to you is to do exactly what we did at the beginning of this year. First, determine the goal. Second, break it down into smaller parts, and then take actions to get there one step at a time. Poco a poco avanzando hacia tu meta, which means little by little advancing toward your goal, but it sounds better in Spanish. Enyer has considered many different career options, and he knows that he wants to work a good-paying job and become an independent adult. He's a hardworking person, and I'm sure any job will be lucky to have Enyer working there. Wherever life takes you, be sure to stop by to visit the next time you get Chinese from Panda Inn. Congratulations, Enyer. Next up is Quinlan. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm proud to stand here tonight and share the stage with our graduate, Quinlan Aiken. This last year has been a whirlwind marked by your curiosity, your quiet leadership, and your unwavering commitment to growth. Quinlan has said yes to about every opportunity and every challenge to learn something new at Metro. Let's review a quick list of just what the last year has looked like. Innovation training at the University of Iowa at the College of Engineering, visiting with Nick Witten at the Czech Museum, son of Nicholas Witten, who rescued 669 children from the Nazis during World War II. You were with the mayor, the governor, the president of the Czech Republic, the president of Slovakia during the Orloge dedication at the museum. You were at the ELSC for the kickoff for the Career Academy Pathway Initiative. You were at the holiday market with the STEAM Academy, featured in the Gazette for your gingerbread Czech clock tower. In Des Moines, on the news for the STEM Day at the Capitol, you were with the governor, again. One more time to the Capitol for the IAE Legislative Day, where we were throwing stuff off the roof of the rotunda, which was awesome. Greenhouse development and sales, National Geographic 2892 project, state championship for FTC robotics, prolific writer under the mentorship of our volunteer Dorothy D'Souza, and to top it all off, the recipient of the Daybreak Rotary's Service Above Self Award. Quinlan is a reminder of what it looks like to be truly engaged in learning, asking better questions and building more than just projects, but community. We can't wait to see what you do next year with your opportunity at Mount Mercy University. Congratulations on graduation. There you go. Our next graduate, JJ Haiwa.
I am so honored to speak on behalf of JJ. During her time at Metro, JJ has left a lasting impact. JJ has been an active member of our STEAM Academy, working on a variety of projects in seminars and events. JJ loves working with our community partner, Grow, at Casmore Orchard and Farm, I think mostly to visit the chickens and the miniature horses. She also worked on our Wooden Wobbler Turkey Day project, the Nubo Holiday Market, and the Architectural Gingerbread Project, to highlight just a few. JJ participated in many STEAM Academy events, including Career Discovery Tour Week, ISU's Ag Exploration Day, and she also attended the Student Oceans Conference hosted by the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium. What really captured her interest was the 3D printers in the STEAM lab. JJ dove into the world of 3D printing, learning how to use the 3D design software Fusion by Autodesk to model her own creations. Her first product, the Thummy, as she called it, was a version of a product she had seen before but set out to improve upon with her own design. When students have a product that they have developed themselves through a partnership with Nubo City Market, we are afforded the opportunity to help students bring that product to market. JJ purchased her own filament and sold her Thummy at the Holiday Young Entrepreneurs Market. Her product was so popular, she generated enough revenue to purchase more filament, allowing her to explore other colors and varieties. She hopes to continue 3D printing and plans to have a printer at home in her future. JJ presented with a team of students this spring at the Iowa Work-Based Learning Conference, where she shared about her experiences in the STEAM Academy as she explored potential careers. Although she has explored countless career options with us at Metro, JJ is still not sure exactly what she wants to do after graduation. What I do know is that once she decides, they will be fortunate to have her. JJ will have one more chance with us this summer to finalize her career plans, as she is one of 6 students traveling to Prague in the Czech Republic to explore STEM career fields through the Iowa STEM Council's STEM Best Explorer summer program. A team of STEAM Academy students and staff will travel to visit Prusa, the company that manufactures the 3D printers that are in our lab, along with other industry leaders while representing their school and community on an international stage. I'm so proud of you. I know your dad is proud of you. Continue to take opportunities and be a leader. Continue to explore your passions and interests. Continue to be innovative and creative, but most important, find a career path that you enjoy and are excited about, and do it. Congratulations, JJ. Nisha May.
Hi, my name is Michael Finley. Once again joined by Shannon Ellis, Metro Social Studies teacher, STEAM advocate, and outdoorsman extraordinaire. It is my privilege to talk for Nisha May today, but it's a tough one for me to talk about because the way I often do these speeches is to identify some delightfully flawed, clumsy, or awkward experience that the two of us share and publicly hammer it home until all of those feelings are buried in laughter. The trouble, though, is with Nisha May, it's all like heart and positivity and smiles and stuff. So now I feel flawed, clumsy, and awkward. So let's take a moment to live in that so that we can make Nisha May smile. All right, it's not hard to do. And it's always worth the awkward moment. Nisha May has been an institution at Metro for a number of years now, always gracing classrooms and hallways with her brilliant smile and polite but firm reticence. Some of Nisha's best qualities are not just limited to how she lights up the various limbs, arteries, and other liminal spaces of our fine school, but about how her curiosity has taken her out of the body metro and out into the world. In her time with us, she has conquered the vast outdoors on 2 week-long educational camping trips, mastering skills related to tents, canoes, and most probably mosquitoes. And as always, with a brilliant smile and courageous spirit that can't be beat. But it wasn't just bugs that Nisha May learned about at Metro. It was people, too. As a member of our STEAM Academy, her charm and warmth contributed to the work done in our local downtown community. She made friends and completed projects along the way. Now, as her time to graduate came closer, my daily panic started to increase. And this isn't about me. Nisha May's academic performance has been spot on. But I am terrible at scheduling classes correctly. Now, fortunately, as we do at Metro, others pitched in where I fell short. And now, despite my best failings, Nisha May is out in the world, headed shortly for the job market. Nisha, thank you for making our time at Metro better than you will ever know. Congratulations. Yeah. Can I get a hug?
I'm really proud to be able to give that to you. Congratulations. Yep.
Our next graduate, Ashmore Wood.
when I want to tell people I care about them or show my gratitude to the ones I love, I'll say things like, "You are amazing. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for being the best human." When Ash wants to tell people they care about someone, it comes out a little bit like this. "I'm going to take your kidneys. Give me your toe bones. I'm going to steal your eyeballs." To those individuals who haven't had the good fortune of getting to know Ash, these words of appreciation may sound like they came straight from the pages of a true crime novel or a dark comedy series. But in reality, these words are nothing more than the perfect example of Ash's wit and humor, the ultimate combination of sarcasm and sass and anxiety-ridden self-preservation, all wrapped up and presented as a tiny little gift. Ash, you are a gift to so many of us here at Metro, especially me. Your desire to always want to know what was for breakfast brought me the gift of organization. Your frequent teasing of Tim brought me the gift of laughter. Your resistance to writing brought me the gift of creativity, and most of all, your courage on the theater stage brought me the gift of strength. You may be tiny, but the gifts you have brought to the Metro family certainly are not. They are immense. They are mighty, and they are endless. Always remember, you are a gift. A gift, by the way, with tiny little baby hands that will go perfectly with Michael's tiny little baby guitar you conned him into giving you. Congratulations. Here, honey. Kyler Hoffman.
Hi, Anthony. You've met Michael. We're joined by Kyler Hoffman. This is an actual transcript I uncovered of a conversation between Kyler and myself. Lights up, room 210. We meet Anthony, seasoned beyond his years. He looks like he used to work out, and maybe he once did. Before budget cuts and paper jams claimed his prime, he's at his desk, sipping yesterday's green tea when Kyler walks in, dressed from head to toe in Fleet Farm. Anthony. Good morning, student. What did you do last night? Kyler. Me and a buddy ripped out the radiator on the Astro van after it cracked during that February cold. Had to drain the system, flush it, and install a new one with a high-flow thermostat. We did a full brake job, too. Calipers, pads, rotors, bled the lines, old school, gravity method, just me and a wrench. Now the Dakota, man, that's a different story. It's a 3.9-liter V6 Magnum. Got it for cheap because the dude before me gave it up without the timer cover gasket blue. First thing we did was tear off the front assembly, fan, water pump, harmonic balancer, replace the ball joints with greasables because the factory ones were shot, and I didn't want to deal with that again in 6 months. Anthony. Kyler, I just want to take this random Wednesday to thank you for everything. Remember when you saved my life? That was cool. After my parents, Bob Ross, and Pantera, you're probably one of the most inspirational forces in my life. If you and Mike weren't getting surplus, I'd probably stick around Metro for another year. So really, this is kind of your fault. Kyler, as I look back at that very real and accurate transcript, I'll miss our conversations. I'll miss you thinking I know anything about cars. You're a man of action. You jump in when others pause because they're scared. You're the guy who sees brilliance where others only see an old car leaking fluid. It's clear that it's not just about cars, it's about rebuilding something most people would give up on, about making an engine sing like it remembers who it used to be. Congratulations. Next up, Aaron Ralston. Joined by Shannon, this is Aaron Ralston. They say the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, so let's get started. They say slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Aaron moves like that, deliberate, grounded, precise. They say be the change you wish to see in the world. Aaron's been living that, quietly and consistently. They say character is who you are in the dark, and he's the one doing the right thing when no one's looking. They say hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Aaron brings talent and works hard. but he never brags about either. They say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and honestly, that one seems a little dramatic, but yes, Aaron has met obstacles, and each time he's adjusted, endured, and grew. They say, be the change you wish to see in the world. I'm pretty sure I said that one already. They say, carpe diem, seize the day. Aaron hates fish. They say Aaron doesn't chase attention, he earns respect. That one isn't a quote, it's just true. Here's the thing, at some point it feels like we've heard all the quotes, all the rise and grind, one step at a time, believe and achieve, never give up. All of it blends together. But then someone comes along who lives those words without ever needing to say them. That's Aaron. Aaron, you've already become someone worth writing about, and you're just getting started. Now go make your own quote and let everyone else try to keep up. Congratulations. Next up, Val Turner.
Everyone, it truly is my honor to speak to you tonight about our graduate, Valerie Turner. Tonight, we celebrate more than just your academic achievement. We celebrate your resilience and courage. Valerie has faced more than her fair share of challenges the last couple of years. Obstacles that could have easily stopped any of us in our tracks, but instead of giving up, you chose to stand up. You chose to stand and face adversity and move forward. You didn't just survive, you found success in your choices. Your work this year reminded me that success is not defined by how easy your path is, but how we intentionally choose every day to walk forward in kindness. Today, you stand here not as a graduate with your diploma, but as a young woman with a story that inspires every one of us. Your strength will be your legacy. Your future is bright, and your story is only just beginning. Tonight, I am so very proud of you. I know your family and your friends are proud of what you have accomplished. Congratulations, you've earned every bit of this moment. Yes, ma'am. Yes, she did. Our next graduate, Devney Souza.
Hi, I'm Kelsey, and this is Paula, and we're on stage with Dev. Dev, you did it. You are here on the stage at graduation. There's never a doubt in my mind that you wouldn't be. It was only a matter of when. You have that old soul aura about you, and when you started at Metro, you went about your days like you had all the time in the world and took advantage of the opportunities that interested you, which I can really appreciate. A lot of the times, I aspire to live life a little more like that. You wouldn't always show up for school, but you would show up for the things you saw value in. Whether that was through interest or need, you sometimes even participated in opportunities outside of school hours, like the pop art market. This is why I knew you were going to be just fine. Eventually, when it was time, you would find the value in your diploma. Around this time last year, you came to me and told me that you were pregnant. That was when you saw the value in school itself, or at least the value in how it would better you. It was at that time that you started showing up every day and sticking to the plan so that you could get finished as soon as possible. You became so determined because you knew you needed to finish for your little guy. I'm so proud and happy for you and him. I hope you keep finding value in doing things that, in the big picture, will better you and for your son, even when they don't interest you or feel a little mundane. With that in mind, all things are possible, and you're going to be more than just fine. You're going to be great. Again, congratulations. Next up, Audrey Coulker. know each other or something. I'm Kelsey. This is Dan. And this is Audrey. Hey, guys. When I think of you, a stream of memories come to my mind. Most of them start off with a conversation in my room and end with a sarcastic comment, an expression of gratitude, or jorts. There have been good times and really hard times, but I'm so glad that I became privy to your life, which became possible through art. My first substantial memory with you, Audrey, is the first day that you bought into art in my classroom. You'd only been at Metro for a short time. We're going through it, and like most students, we're a bit guarded. However, on that day, you let me sit down with you and brainstorm. We ended up staining paper together, which turned into a collage of sorts, and then expanded to making a vintage frame out of polymer clay for the piece. You discarded that artwork long ago. She didn't love the end result of the frame, but I hold that particular piece dear. It sits right next to my desk, and I look at it daily. Every day, I'm reminded of the first day you gave me a little bit of trust, which resulted in many days of memories that I will think of fondly for years to come. Audie, I'm so proud of you. I know your road hasn't been easy, and I know trust is always hard for everyone. But I hope you continue to try and open yourself up to trusting new people, even when it seems impossible, because you have so much light to share. I also hope you continue to do things that are good for you, your mind, body, and soul. Even when you feel dark, you are bright to the people around you. So shine, girly, shine. I can't wait to hear about all the wonderful things you do. Congratulations. Next up, D.
DeMariana, we've talked a lot in the last couple days, and I think it's fair to say the overarching theme, this is not even emotional, this past week has been your apprehension about transitioning to Kirkwood without the support of Metro staff, who, over time, you've grown to trust. But remember, you were once apprehensive about coming to Metro. And as you reminded me, you were not so quick to open up and trust us, or even smile. You've proven you have the persistence, dedication, and drive to see your way through this next transition to Kirkwood. Continue to seek out support. Lean on the support you have in your mom, grandma, Aunt Christina, Liera, Anna, and Addie. I genuinely look forward to seeing the impact you will have as you pursue a career in criminal justice. Jackson French.
Jackson?
Where's Ben? Not here today? Is he sick?
Yep.
Okay. That's okay.
Okay, I'm Kelsey again. I'm reading for Ben. This is Paula. This is Jackson. Okay, here we go. Jackson. Recency bias is a cognitive bias which individuals tend to overemphasize recent events or information when making judgments or decisions. It's sort of the opposite of nostalgia. Recency bias is what caused Jackson, or Frenchie, as he likes to be called, to select Ben to speak. Over his time at Metro, the whole village of our building was behind Jackson. I was just the lucky one to be here to watch him finish it out. Now, in his mind, I'm sure he thinks we helped him stay on track and finish up, but the reality is that if he wasn't willing to not quit on himself, there was nothing we could do to get him here. He had to do the real heavy lifting himself. After that, his diploma was light work. I confess I was worried more than once that he would get caught up in life and give up on his diploma. I have never been more proud to be wrong. Jackson was not always in school with learning at the forefront, but he was always a kid you would enjoy having in class or passing in the halls. He's just a nice kid. When he asks you how you're doing, you can tell it's not just empty words. When he tells you to have a nice day, he really wants you to have a nice day. So many people in this world are focused on themselves that they are unable to or unwilling to extend compassion and empathy to others. Jackson, your ability to care for others is one of your greatest assets. And while we're all very excited to see you graduate, we're all very sad to see you leave. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Cooper Wright.
Coop, I'm reading for Ben. So I'm Ben. All of our students know about overcoming adversity, about staying committed regardless of setbacks, about not letting past struggles impact hopes for the future. Cooper here had a bit of an edge in this regard. As a die-hard Bears fan, he was hoping for a bigger laugh on that one. I'll give him the notes. Coop and I clicked pretty much from jump, and it turns out I'm not the only one. The kid just has a way about him that is just unbelievably likable. He's funny and articulate and can hang with pretty much any conversation and can construct arguments on the fly. And so really most of our time together is just shooting the old bull. This year he, like many of our students, found his desire for his diploma butting up against his need to be an adult. Daily attendance was not a possibility. He needed to work. So we were able to provide him the space and time to work on his material on his schedule. He'd stop in on days off of work and touch base, but the majority of his work was done away from our building. Needless to say, he excelled in this, managing to complete all his requirements without needing an adult to push, poke, and prod him, which is obviously one huge goal for all adults. Doing what you need to do, not because somebody is making you do it, but because you are making yourself do it. Coop, as you leave here tonight, officially and forever a high school graduate, stay focused on your strengths and keep working on your weaknesses. Just like the Chicago Bears always have next year, you will always have another chance to make the most of your future. Congratulations. Mason Willis.
Good evening. Ann and I are here to celebrate Mason. Mason and I became acquainted through his sister, Lindsay. Lindsay was my advisee a few years ago. Mason and Lindsay would check in with me daily about their classes, jobs, and happenings in their life. When Lindsay graduated in May of 2023, Mason kept coming to me and doing our daily check-ins. Mason and I then began to set goals for his graduation. The end of last school year, Mason and I set a goal for graduation tonight. We knew it would require Mason to change some of his habits and behaviors. I could tell that Mason was a little unsure if graduation would really happen. We talked with Mom about our graduation plan, and we set small goals for each week and each quarter. As this school year progressed, we could see that Mason's habits and behaviors were changing. He was working hard to meet his graduation goal. We continued weekly check-ins and met with Metro staff to complete missing work. Each quarter, Mason was able to check off more credits that he completed. We are standing here tonight because of Mason's ability to change school behaviors and work hard. Mason, high school graduation is one of many goals you will have in life. You have shown that you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. I believe this quote, there have been many quotes tonight, fits your graduation. A dream does not become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. Continue to set goals and work hard. Take care of yourself. Choose healthy habits and surround yourself with people and family who support your goals. Congratulations. Next up, Dylan Pickens. You did it. Yeah. Paula and I are up on stage to celebrate Dylan. Dylan, Tracy couldn't be here tonight. She's your advisor, and this is her message to you. You came to Metro as a 14-year-old baby-faced kid that hated school and avoided all things, especially Tracy. You thought class time was for hanging out with your friends in the hall or sitting in class watching Netflix. Obviously, Tracy, your advisor, did not. You and Tracy butted heads. She called your mom. You got mad. Then you quickly learned that Tracy doesn't mess around, and she takes the role of school mom advisor very seriously. You also realized that teenage tantrums weren't going to get rid of Tracy. I could have told you that.
Why didn't you give me a heads up?
Actually, they made Tracy come around more often. Then the switch flipped, and you saw how much Tracy and the other Metro staff care about you and your success as a student and a person. You started going to classes, earning credit, you took a Kirkwood class, and built positive relationships and connections with staff. You grew up a good foot or so, Tracy says, and became this caring young man standing on stage tonight. Heck, nowadays, you are more like Tracy's advisor. You hunt her down and harass her about being in class. On a daily basis, at least 5 staff would tell Tracy, hey, Dylan's looking for you. But you know what? Tracy said she'll take that. Dylan, you know life doesn't always go as expected, and there are bumps in the road. So always keep one hand on the wheel and steer back towards your goals. We are so incredibly proud of how caring, responsible, and mature you have become. We truly cannot express in words how very proud of you we are. It's a good thing I'm reading this speech because as Tracy was typing this speech, she started crying. Dylan, we sure are gonna miss you. Congratulations. She really was. She was a hot mess.
All right.
Next up, Mackenzie.
Good evening. My name is Gary Miller, and I am joined on stage with Paula, and we are honored to recognize the graduate, Kensley. When I think about what makes Metro High School special, it's students like you, Kensley, who immediately come to mind. You joined us late in your junior year, yet quickly found success earning credits and building meaningful connections with your teachers. Even as your senior year became filled with work and life obstacles, You effectively communicated to your teachers and always made the most of your time. I will remember your quiet confidence, your remarkable ability to set goals, and more importantly, achieve them through unwavering determination. One lesson you reinforced to me as an advisor is the importance of stepping back and allowing individuals to chart and navigate their own path. While I can't claim to have made a major impact, I hope you knew I was paying attention, ready to offer encouragement and support you should you have needed it. I am proud of how you balanced work, life, caring for your grandfather, all while completing your academic coursework. Not all educational journeys look the same, and yours is a powerful reminder that success isn't about following a predetermined route. It's about perseverance despite the obstacles. The teachers at Metro High School are grateful for the time we've spent with you and hope you continue to challenge yourself and pursue new goals with the same determination you've shown here. Congratulations on achieving your diploma tonight, and best wishes as you embark on your journey forward.
Thank you.
Next up, Javion.
Hi, I'm Tony Loyal. I am reading for Ben, who is not here. I'm joined with Gary, and we're here to celebrate Javion. Ben's words, not mine. If there was one thing I've learned in my career at Metro, is that many of our students don't need help. They need time and space to figure out how to help themselves. This often takes the form of figuring out how to stop hurting themselves, figuratively and if not literally, to get them out of their own way. While we give them advice or lectures, these are all just words until one day they begin to hear it. I'm not sure if Javion ever said more than one sentence to me in any of our times we've talked. A word here or there was all of the verbal contributions he would offer. I usually took this as permission to carry on both conversations. I never found out what exactly kept him from attending on a regular, but what I did find out was that these laps were not due to his indifference to education or his future. But the weekly grind of school did not work for him. When we piloted an after-school program, it was perfect fit. This gave him space and time to address his work on his own schedule rather than a fight the bell schedule. And also a big thanks to Gary and Paula for keeping him on track and getting him here tonight. If we never shared long talks, Ben's words, it is clear to me that Javion is intelligent and thoughtful and caring, and above all, dedicated. It's easy to find yourself falling behind and just give up, or find things to blame, but the real success comes from realizing that until you know your own struggles, you'll never be able to own your accomplishments. Javion's path to graduation was one that he had to forge on his own. And this makes this accomplishment that much more meaningful. Success without struggle is meaningless. Javion, congratulations, and we wish you the best. Next up, Dallas Phelps.
Good evening. My name is Gary Miller again, and I am joined on stage with Kaylee, Metro Science teacher, and we are honored to recognize the graduate, Dallas. Many students may know me as a math teacher, but some students, like Dallas, have allowed me to teach them what many regard as the best board game of all time, chess. Chess teaches us, similar to life, that success isn't measured by mistakes, rather our ability to learn and overcome the obstacles that are placed in front of us. Dallas is a remarkable young individual who understands strategic thinking, patience, and the ability to turn limitations into opportunities. I have watched Dallas grow his academic and chess skills over the last few years. His chess skills progressed so rapidly during his time at Metro, much to my wounded pride, he has become better than his teacher. But that's exactly what great education looks like, students surpassing their mentors. Dallas found success across Metro's diverse learning environments, traditional classes, lab settings like robotics, and innovative cross-curricular courses like conspiracies. Thank you for challenging us to become better educators. When faced with significant challenges this past year, you never tipped your king to resign. Instead, you approached these obstacles like a chess master, finding a difficult position with calculation, determination, and remarkable patience. You simply determined your next best move, and your hard work and patience has brought us to this stage tonight. Dallas, your journey reminds me of a famous quote by Grandmaster Gary Kasparov, who once said, "It's not about winning or losing, it's about the warrior spirit we bring to the battle." Please remember, you've already proven your warrior spirit. You've shown that you can face setbacks with grace, solve complex problems with creativity, and emerge stronger on the other side. Your future holds countless new games, new challenges, new victories, and I have absolute confidence that with the resilience and brilliance you've shown during your time at Metro, there is no challenge you cannot overcome. Congratulations, Dallas. Dream big, and the next move is yours. Next up is Razzie.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kaylee, and I have the great pleasure of teaching science at Metro. And I'm joined on stage by my colleague, most beloved, delightful man, Josh, our physical education teacher. Together, we're honored to recognize and celebrate Raz Robinson. Raz is a remarkable individual. At first, she appears quiet, and maybe some teachers would say aloof, but that's far from accurate. She's intelligent, wise, and always analyzing her surroundings. Once you get to know her, you begin to see the depth of her character, and that became clear to me from day one. I remember her first day at Metro. It was memorable, though admittedly not for the best reasons. I was quite nervous about whether she would return the next day. I didn't want one bad moment to take away from the amazing place that Metro is and the success that she could have at our school. Luckily, she came back the next day, and what I quickly came to learn about Raz is that she is incredibly resilient and true to her word. She returned ready to work through the challenges, and that moment marked the beginning of a journey defined by perseverance and growth. The path to graduation was not without its obstacles. There were external pressures and the everyday distractions that can pull a student's focus. After all, catching up with friends in the bathroom can feel like way more appealing than going to econ. But Raz made the decision to graduate, and she followed through with that tenacity, effort, and a helpful dose of what we like to call Metro Magic from the staff. Speaking of Metro Magic, 4 of us were surplused from our school, but we're still going to continue to bring that Metro spirit and magic to our other placements. I'm sad that this will be my graduation speech with Raz. She's my first advisee, and I hope to return to see the rest of you out in the audience to graduate. Raz is still exploring her post-high school options, but I have no doubt that whatever direction she chooses, she will thrive in a way that is uniquely her own. Raz, remember that you are always deeply loved and supported by your family, by the Metro staff, and by your community. We will always be in your corner. Lean into that positive influence in your life, and you will find happiness and fulfillment in whatever path you pursue. Congratulations, Raz. We are so proud of you. Next up is Kevon Bryant.
Not long ago, I did some reading about characteristics of resilient people and immediately thought of you, Vani. I also thought of your family and your grandparents, who I recently had the privilege of meeting. You all have suffered heartbreaking loss just a few years ago, but here you stand. You made it. One researcher who studies traits of people who keep going in the midst of hardship suggests that resilient people use lots of strategies, there's lots of factors, but one of them stuck out to me when I thought of you. Resilient people understand that sometimes terrible stuff happens that is beyond your control or your doing, it just does. And sometimes suffering is a part of life. Resilient people acknowledge the suffering, but don't let it take over. They walk along with it. You told me shortly after arriving at Metro that you were going to graduate and succeed for lots of reasons, but most importantly, to honor the memory of your mom. You had days that were a struggle, but you didn't let those days take over. You kept walking, although you suffered. You have honored your mom, you've made your family proud, and your grandmother and grandfather proud. Keep walking and show the world what you have to give, no matter what. Keep walking. Congratulations, Bonnie. Mazaki Gipple.
Good evening. My name is Jeff Sabin. I'm joined on stage by Mazaki and by Tony. Now, Mazaki, as I was thinking about this evening, I ran through my mental checklist, the three things that I needed to do. I dressed up, I showed up on time, but just like you in math class, I forgot one thing. For you, it was doing your work, kind of one of the most important things as a student. For me, it was my speech, kind of my major role here this evening. For those of you in the audience, Mazaki was always in class, physically. He had great intentions of getting his work done, eventually. He would come in and chat with me in the morning about being focused, about working hard, but by the time he rolled into class, he was in an intense anime battle on his phone. And at that point, Euclidean geometry, postulates, and theorems just didn't compare to the glory of winning his game. Tony tried to help. He would write algebraic equations on his paper. No phone equals graduation. Phone equals no graduation. It didn't always help. However, you did it. You buckled down, you completed your work, and you have graduated. Stay focused on your goals. You have a vivid imagination, very personable, people skills. Use those in your future. We wish you the best of luck. Congratulations. At this point, I'm going to invite Mark back up to the stage.
Graduates, if you would, please stand. Graduates, your Metro family cannot be more proud of you. Remember, always keep moving forward. This concludes tonight's ceremony. Thank you so much for your patience and helping us celebrate all of our graduates. Let's give them one last round of applause.